All right, we start getting some viewers. Hopefully we'll see them comment. There we go. We got Michelle on here and Sharon is here. Facebook is being weird, so I can't tell that there's any viewers. Lynn is here. All righty. So it is a little after 9. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Despite Facebook being a weird place. Okay, here we go. Now we're starting to work. All right. Hi, everybody. It's Deanna Nichols. Welcome to our weekly Magic Beans event. I am here at school learning more about how to help people with their health. And so I apologize for my appearance. I have literally been pretty much working on people or having people work on me all day. So it's been a really long day, but I have a really fun topic, hey Carolyn, to discuss with y'all. And as it mentioned in the title, viewer discretion is advised. So if you are easily offended, if you think that babies come from storks, any of those things, this is probably not the video for you. So we're going to talk about some adult content, and we'll be tasteful, but we're going to talk about it. And so if that's not your thing, then maybe watch the Super Bowl instead. I hear that there is some sort of a sporting event on. Hey, Tawny. Hey, Kathy. If you are a guest, meaning, what is a guest? So a guest is someone who does not have a wholesale doTERRA membership, and they've never been to a Magic Beans event before. So if that describes you, please comment, because it enters you into a drawing and you have an opportunity to win a free 5 milliliter bottle of essential oil. Make sure that you are not a wholesale member on anyone's team, whether it's mine or not, and that you've never been to a Magic Beans event before. That way everyone that's really a guest gets a chance to win. Okay, if you're my personal guest, meaning that you don't know, oh, here's how you enter. You say, I'm a guest of, and then you tag the person who invited you. If no one specific invited you, then just say, I'm a guest of the page, which means you're my guest, and I will reach out to you via private message. Every guest on here will have the opportunity to download a free ebook about essential oil use in your daily life, and then my personal guest will also have a chance to participate in a really cool offer that I have going on right now. So just be sure that you comment if you're a guest, or you won't get a chance to win any cool stuff. Okay? So we have this awesome promo going on right now at doTERRA, where if you get started as a wholesale member with $100 worth of oils, then you make another $100 purchase in March, then you get $100 free. So it's basically like buy $200, get $100 free next month. And I have been, for the past several weeks, I have been putting together these really cool bundles of $100 worth of oils. So it roughly comes out to $135 because you included in that is a wholesale membership. A wholesale membership gives you 25% off retail. It gives you access to a community of people that will help give you education and support as you learn how to use your products. And you also will have a chance to participate in our amazing rewards program, where you get an additional 10 to 30% back on your order in free products. So there's no obligation to purchase every month. You don't have to sell anything to be a wholesale member. It just gives you all the best perks and the best prices. So we're going to put together a really cool bundle for you tonight for $135. There's lots of other ways to get started. That's not the only way. So make sure you private message the person who invited you to watch this video if you have questions about other options. But because we're talking about romance and intimacy, I thought it's February, right? Valentine's Day is coming up. It's the perfect time to talk about a really cool ready-made bundle of oils that can get you this offer. So in order to get this offer, you have to have a special promo code. You can get that from the person who invited you, so make sure you ask them before you do anything so you get your $100 free. But I'm going to show you a really cool bundle of 6 oils that are perfect to help you with this topic, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oils, and you can see that they are in roller bottles. And they also have the word touch on them. Let me see if I can show you that in the right lighting. Right here, it says touch. So if you see a doTERRA roller bottle and it says the word touch on it, that means that it has already been, hold on, I gotta find a different way to sit. This is not gonna work. That means that it has already been diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So that, sorry, I'm trying to find a comfy spot to sit in. There we go. That way that you don't have to worry about whether or not the oil is going to be too warm or where you can put it safely. And so these are really super convenient to use, okay? So if you get this bundle and the person that invited you to watch the video gives you their promo code, you can get these 6 oils right now. Then next month you're going to place another $100 worth of oils and get $100 free, okay? So what does this have to do with romance and intimacy? I'm so glad you asked that. I feel like your emotional health and how that is operating has a huge impact on your relationships with other people, okay? It also has a huge relationship on how your body acts, how your physical body acts. So if your emotions are in the wrong place, it's going to affect your intimacy and it's going to affect your romance, okay? And so I'm going to teach you how to use these oils to help you stay in balance so your hormones are balanced, your emotions are balanced, and you're able to enjoy your physical relationship with your spouse, okay? So we're going to start with the very first oil in this bundle, which is called Passion. Now, that is an awesome name because it goes perfectly with what we're talking about. However, I just want to make it very clear that this blend is designed for giving you passion in life, helping you to be excited and passionate, like having a purpose in your life, lots of fire, that you're excited about life and you're ready to go and do things with your life, okay? So it doesn't have to just relate to sexuality and intimacy. It can relate to all areas of your life. And this oil blend, I think it smells kind of like candy. Personally, it's got a really sweet smell to it because it has a lot of our spicy oils. The reason I like our spicy oils, like cinnamon, for example, is because they're really important for how you feel about your body. As women, who I'm sure most of you that are watching are women, and I know that as women, a lot of times we struggle with feeling like really loving our body and feeling like we look our best. And if we don't feel that we look our best, then we don't feel our best. If we don't feel our best, we just don't feel like that passion, that sexual passion, that ability to have the libido and the excitement for our partner because of how we feel about ourselves. So it starts with you and it starts with how you feel about yourself. So this oil is fantastic, and my advice is absolutely you want to inhale it. And I would put this oil on the base of your spine, okay? And so that is where I would put that oil because that has a lot to do with the section of your body where you have that fire and you have that feeling of being safe. So if you're going to have an intimate physical relationship with somebody, you want to feel safe with them too. And so that has to do with feeling safe and secure in your own body, but also feeling safe and secure with that person. The other little secret tip I want to tell you is that when you use this blend, one way you can use it is you can put a little bit on your fingertip and then you can put it on the outer edge of your ear. The outer edge of your ear, there's, and actually the entire ear, this entire outer part of your ear, there are a lot of points on the ear that have to do with your sexual organs, your reproductive organs. And if you put a little bit behind the ear too, that's a pulse point. And so you're going to have a little heat there, a little spicy and sweet smell. And I find that for women that are wearing this kind of as a perfume, it can be very attracting to their spouse. And I don't know if you know this or not, but essential oils, one of their jobs is to attract pollinators, okay? Now, I'm not going to go real deep into that, but if you cannot figure out the metaphor there, you know, like when you were growing up, you learned about the birds and the bees. It's kind of the same thing, okay? So the bees are attracted to the flowers, okay? And if you want to attract the bee, then you've got some of these really awesome fragrances. Now, I know that there's a lot of body sprays and colognes and perfumes out there that are supposed to be mimicking things in nature that are supposed to be attracting to the opposite sex. But I can tell you there's nothing that is worse than a really strong, overpowering synthetic cologne. And sadly, you're actually probably causing the opposite problem than you want because you're probably trying to attract someone and you want their hormones to be working properly. Pardon my cough, I'm so sorry. You want their hormones to be working properly so that things can work the way they need to have that physical relationship. But when you are using synthetic fragrances, you're actually using hormone disruptors. So you could actually be causing the opposite than what you want. You could be causing the other person to have lower libido. They might have the inability to have the sexual performance. So, if you're using a natural fragrance. And so it's very important when you're using essential oils, you might think, oh, it's an essential oil, so it's natural. However, it makes a huge difference what brand of essential oils that you are using, because 80% of essential oils are adulterated in some way, meaning they could be synthetic. Even if they're labeled organic, it doesn't mean that it's the actual plant that's on the label. There could have been things added or subtracted from the plant to make it behave differently than how it's supposed to behave in nature. So you really don't know what you're using. Just because it says essential oil does not mean that it is natural, okay? So what's very cool with doTERRA is whenever you use one of our single oils, a single oil is something that's not a blend. So Passion is a blend, okay? It's made up of several single oils. So if you want to find out if the oils in the blend are adulterated or not, if they're safe and pure, then you find the single oil that's in the blend and you look at the bottom of the bottle and find the number on the bottom. You plug it into our website called sourcetoyou.com. You can read for yourself the testing that's been done by a third party to prove whether or not this is labeled correctly, whether or not it has contaminants, it's been adulterated in any way, if it's synthetic. And so that way you can know that it's safe. And so that's very, very important. So I would start with Passion. You may want to put a couple drops in your diffuser in your room. That could be a really, really good way to get things, literally spice things up in the bedroom. So I would start with the Passion blend. And honestly, I don't know that I've ever actually found anybody who does not like the smell of that blend. It's really, really nice. Okay, let me just remind some of you who are joining us a little late that if you are a guest, meaning you are not a doTERRA wholesale member and you've never been to a Magic Beans video, please comment, I am a guest of, and then tag your inviter so that you can be entered into a drawing. And you can also be contacted to get a link for a free ebook on how to use essential oils. Okay. And if you're not sure who invited you, like you just saw this kind of pop up in your newsfeed, then you can say I'm a guest of the page, which means you're my personal guest, and I will contact you for an additional really cool offer that you can take part in for the next few days. Okay, so oil number 1, we talked about Passion. Oil number 2, Motivate. Okay, so I don't know, sometimes, like, have you ever heard the kind of stereotypical where the spouse is like, the husband is like interested in having some intimacy that night, and this apparently the wife is too tired or she has a headache and she's just not interested. She's just worn out taking care of the kids, working, running errands, all the things that women do all day long, and the last thing she's interested in is something else to do at the end of the day, right? So that's where this oil comes in, Motivate. This is actually a really, really great oil to apply to the section of the body that houses your reproductive organs, okay? So that would be like the area below the navel, like in a circle pattern around the body. So what do you find in that section of the body? That's where life is created. That's where we procreate. That's where we have our creativity and where we come up with really great ideas. We're motivated to do something. And so this is a really important oil to use every day. I find that a lot of times that people that are struggling with issues with their reproductive organs do very, very well using this oil. Even though it's not labeled as anything to do with hormone health, that it is very, very good for that section of the body. So it has a really nice smell. It's got a little bit of mint, a little bit of citrus. And so and this goes for male or female. That's a great oil to use in that section of the body. So I would definitely recommend that. And if you're struggling in this area, using this oil every day. It doesn't matter if you put it on the front of your body, if you put it on the side, if you put it on the back. If you're putting it in that strip of flesh around your body that is kind of like between the pubic bone and just below the navel, anywhere around the body, it's going to go where it needs to go. It's going to help your body to perform correctly in that section. It's very cool. It's kind of like oiling by color. It's orange. Orange is the color for that section of the body. It's really, really great. And you can also take some tips as far as the colors on these oil labels. What kind of oils might be good to have on for wall coverings or window coverings or tapestries and pillows in your bedroom. These are all good things because color does have a huge impact on emotions and energy and how the body functions, okay? So now we've covered passion and we've covered motivate. The next one is cheer. Now, this one, it's the uplifting blend. So, of course, we're not interested in any sort of intimate relations when we're just feeling really down and we're feeling very discouraged and we're just unhappy. We're having very sad feelings. So, of course, this is going to be important to get your mood up. But the other thing is that this section of the body where this oil was designed to be applied, so of course we want to inhale it for the emotional benefits and then apply it topically for the physical benefits, okay? So a great place for this is going to be below the breastbone and above the navel. And that's the section of your body where it's how you feel about yourself, okay? It's like your self-confidence, your power, and just feeling that confidence in yourself. And so we know, especially as, well, actually, I don't want to say especially as women because it goes both ways. If you feel confident about yourself, there's something that's really sexy and attractive about somebody who feels strong and confident in who they are. And so this oil can really, really help with that. So if you find that that is the reason why you're struggling in your intimate relationship with your spouse, then this may be a good daily oil to use, or this may be an oil to use before bed. A great one to even put in your diffuser. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is forgive. I think that this could be the most important oil in this set. This is forgive. You'll notice the green color. The green color signifies that this is a great oil for the heart, and you'll see by the name forgive. So a lot of times people see that and they're like, I'm not angry about anything, okay? So it's really more of a renewing blend. It's like letting go of something that's no longer serving you and opening up your heart to new possibilities. And so I know that it can be difficult in any kind of a relationship, a long-term relationship with somebody, when you see them at their very worst times, that it can be easy to kind of take something that's going on with them that really even doesn't even have anything to do with you. Maybe they're just going through a difficult time at work. They're going through a difficult time in another relationship. They may be having another physical issue. They may have gone through a recent trauma, and they may just really be struggling. And so they may, not be quite themselves. And so if you allow it to, you can allow that to drive a wedge between you, and you can allow their poor choices or their bad behavior or their struggles to be something personal, and you can feel like it's an attack against you. Maybe if they have an angry outburst, or they're just not feeling like doing the stuff that they used to love to do, and they're just not quite have that spark. So one way that you can, you can't necessarily change someone else. Now you can you can do a couple of things. You can, I'm so sorry about my cough. You can diffuse essential oils, which is going to help everyone's mood. You can wear essential oils and be a diffuser. So you can literally go to bed with forgive oil on yourself, and you can be affecting your partner at the same time because they're going to smell that fragrance on you. So you can do those things, okay? But this can, most of all, can help you to be able to love that person unconditionally, despite the fact that they may not be their best self at that time. And there have been actual studies done by research hospitals that show that this oil, above all the others, has the most effect on the most different types of emotions. So it doesn't just have to be about things like anger, resentment, bitterness. It can be really any emotion. And so this could be a really great daily habit, is to get in the habit of just putting this over your heart and maybe saying a little affirmation statement like, I am giving and receiving unconditional love to my spouse. And so it might be a good time for you to think of something that you're grateful for. I had a little funny moment today. A friend was working with me, and he said a comment in passing, well, you're not as bad as a lot of other people. And I said, so I guess if I was really struggling to think of something complimentary or a gratitude statement about somebody that I'm really frustrated with, I could at least say, well, they're not as bad as a lot of other people. Okay? So you have to start somewhere. Open up your heart to something positive about that person, and maybe use this oil, and that can help to change your heart. Hopefully you know by now that love and a long-term relationship isn't about those warm, fuzzy feelings that you feel when you first have that initial attraction to your partner, but it is literally a decision that you make to keep your heart open and to unconditionally love them for life through their worst times. And we all go through periods of time when we're not at our best, when we're struggling in life. And that is not the time to give up on your partner. That is the time to show them unconditional love. And so this oil can really help you through that. So maybe, you know, if you feel like your spouse and you had some words at bedtime and they're not ready to talk about it, maybe put a little forgive in the diffuser and see if that can work a little bit of magic and soften some hearts. Okay? All right. So the next one, I love this one so much. This is so important for romance and intimacy. This is called Peace. And this blend, believe it or not, was really designed to be used over the throat. And what happens over the throat? This is where we communicate. And I know especially for women, but this can also just be a matter of different personality types too. It may not just be gender related, but I know that many women would say that, you know, if their spouse says kind things to them and communicates gently and communicates lovingly and patiently with them, that it makes them much more open to the physical relationship. I know that I would say the majority of women are not going to be open to a physical relationship with somebody who says harsh, unkind words to them on a regular basis. That really erodes the trust and erodes that feeling of safety, that feeling of love and connection. And so if you really want to keep the peaceful and loving communication open, I would make this a daily thing that you do, maybe a little regimen that you and your spouse do together every morning and every evening so that you can help yourself to be more conscious of the words that you say and how you say them, how they affect the other person. So this is a really, really great one. The last one is console. I know that everyone who's been in a long-term relationship of any kind has gone through a period of time when that relationship has caused some sadness or some grief or hurt. And in addition to the Forgive blend, I feel that the Console blend can be a very comforting oil when that happens. The fragrance of this oil just helps you to realize like it's okay. You're going to be okay. This is just a season. We can get through this. And this can just be a very comforting oil to both parties in the situation and help to bring them to a place where they can see things could possibly change. And so I feel like if that's the stage that you're at in your relationship, where there's just been some hurt on both sides, some alienation on both sides, this can be a really important oil. Okay. Now I know some of you are probably thinking, okay, that really was pretty G-rated or at least PG. So where's the juicy stuff? Okay. So I'm going to give you some juicy stuff and I'm going to tell you that for the next several days, probably for about the next week, I'm going to be posting some pretty juicy recipes here on the page. So I want to make sure you stick around on the page and check back in every day. There's going to be at least one posted every day, all the way through this next coming Valentine's week. And I'm going to give you a couple of things tonight before we close out, and then stick around to about 5 more minutes and I'm going to explain to you how you can get started with those 6 oils, and then you can start adding some of these other oils into your into your collection. Okay. So first let's talk about breath spray. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be having any sort of kissing, there has to be fresh breath. Like I do not want to kiss somebody that tastes or smells like garlic or cigarettes or just stale morning breath. So fresh breath is really, really important if you want there to be like kissing. Okay. And so what you can do is you can get a 2-ounce glass spray bottle filled with water. And you want to put 5 drops of On Guard, okay? I don't have any On Guard for some inexplicable reason. I'm away from home for a few days and somehow I ended up here with no On Guard and trying to get some kind of a chest cold. So I've been using Holiday Joy instead of On Guard and it doesn't taste the same. I've been trying to lick it off the back of my hand. Woo, it's pretty strong. So I'd recommend On Guard. I don't have any right here, but you want 5 drops of On Guard. On Guard's one of our top 10 oils that every home should have. 5 drops of cinnamon. Cinnamon is a very important oil for sexual health and intimacy anyway, so this is a good one to have on hand. You're going to find this in a lot of our recipes that are in this category. 5 drops of cinnamon and also 5 drops of peppermint. And again, with peppermint, you're going to find this is a very common oil because it's so like exciting and cooling and it can do lots of really interesting things on the skin. So you're going to find this to be in a lot of the recipes. This is a top 10 oil every home needs as well. So you're going to do 5 drops of On Guard, cinnamon, and peppermint in 2 ounces of water. Shake it up every time. and just spray it in your mouth when you want to get some smooching, okay? And we know that that's a really important part of romance and intimacy, okay? Let's see, what else? So if you are a woman and you're struggling with just getting excited and getting in that mood, and you're just like, I think those years are behind me, I just don't feel that excitement anymore, I'm going to give you a couple of basic products that can make a big difference in helping you to feel excited and have that physical interest in your spouse again. So one product is our Lifelong Vitality Pack. That is our daily supplement pack. And that is a great product. In fact, if you get started with these 6 oils I showed you tonight, I would order the Lifelong Vitality Pack on March's order, because you're able to get it at half price when you get it through the rewards program after you're already a member. So that would be a great way, and we'll teach you how to do it so that you can actually add 3 additional products to it at a huge discount. So I would really think about putting that on your next order. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Then we have 2 products that are very important specifically. Well, they're really important for any gender with hormone balance, but particularly they were designed with women in mind. One is called the Women's Phytoestrogen Complex. That is also a capsule. It helps to get rid of excess estrogens in the body that throws off the levels of other hormones like estradiol and progesterone and even testosterone that can really throw the libido off. And we have found that if you use the Women's Bone Nutrient Complex with the phytoestrogen, that it actually helps to balance the hormones way, way better than if you just use the phytoestrogen complex by itself. So those 3 products, I would say for women particularly, would be extremely important. Okay. I'm going to share with you a massage blend that's for sensitive areas for women. Okay. And this one is called Oh My Heavens. Okay. And what you do is you apply 1 drop of geranium oil and 1 drop of sandalwood. You will find these 2 oils to be very commonly used for hormone balance, for libido. A lot of the recipes you're going to be seeing over the next week, Oh My Heavens, is 1 drop of geranium, 1 drop of sandalwood in fractionated coconut oil. I wish I had a bottle in front of me of fractionated coconut oil, because I would say if I had to pick one base product that you need for romance and intimacy, you want fractionated coconut oil. I'm telling you to keep a bottle of fractionated coconut oil on your nightstand. Keep a bottle with you when you travel in your overnight kit, because that can come in super, super handy for romance and intimacy. Okay. I mean, it can be used in like so many different ways. And for sensitive areas, when you're using some of these tingly oils that you're going to find in some of these recipes, it's super important that those are heavily diluted and that those areas are, have something moist on the area. Okay. So that, you know, things work the way they should work. Okay. Told you this wasn't going to be quite PG. Okay. So, geranium and sandalwood, 1 drop of each in fractionated coconut oil. This is specifically for, your husband to apply to you. This is for the women. Okay. I'm going to tell you a diffuser blend that is like crazy hot. Okay. In the bedroom. I promise you, if you put this in your diffuser like an hour before bed and everybody walks into the room and goes to bed with this in the air, you're going to be really happy. Okay. So, what it is called Sizzlin' Summer Nights, and it doesn't matter what season you use it in, because it's going to be hot no matter when you use this. So it is 2 drops of Lang Lang, 2 drops of wild orange, 1 drop of patchouli, and 1 drop of sandalwood. And if you're kind of like me and you're not a big, huge fan of patchouli, I promise you that when you use it in this recipe, you're going to be really happy with it. I mean, it is like so yummy. And I actually told my husband that he should make this in a roller bottle with fractionated coconut oil and use it as like aftershave or cologne, because I just knew that if he was wearing this, that I would be like all over him. Okay. Like way more than any kind of store-bought cologne, because that stuff grosses me out, and it never comes out of their shirts and your bedding and in their towels. And it's just like, so, I smelled this in the air and I was like, whoa, what's going on? So this is a really, really great diffuser blend. I've got a ton of recipes that are like way cooler than even the ones I've given you. You're going to be seeing them being posted in here the rest of the week. So please check back in. Regular coconut oil, I like to get the organic coconut oil. Is that the same? No, Charlene, this is magical because it is liquid. Okay. It is a liquid coconut oil. You can do so many more things with the liquid coconut oil than what you can do with the solid. So fractionated coconut oil is liquid. You can actually, I have a really good recipe where you can take a full bottle of fractionated coconut oil and you can add some essential oils to that bottle, and you can just keep that bottle on your nightstand. It's already ready to go. You don't have to make up a mix. It's just FCO, and it's got certain essential oils in it, and it's for the sole purpose of sitting on your nightstand, okay? And there's one that's for men and one for women, and they're 2 different recipes, and I will be sharing that graphic. That's one of the ones that I'm going to share with you later, okay? So just to reiterate, if you're looking to get started with essential oils, you might be thinking like, whoa, I did not know that you could use essential oils for that. Yeah, there's pretty much not anything that doesn't do better with essential oils, okay? Should I share my super secret, top secret recipe with you? I wasn't sure if I should, but I have it here. Who wants to hear my top secret intimacy recipe? Anybody? I'm not going to tell you what it's called because I just can't bring myself to say it. Let me see. So, I'm not going to call it what it is. That's just all I can say. But this is for your hubby. And let's just say if you have a hubby that struggles in this area with, shall we say, getting the wrinkles out, okay, then this is a 5 ml roller, and you don't use any fractionated coconut oil. What you do is you do 15 to 20 minutes before bed, you're going to mix some geranium, grapefruit, and clary sage. Let me see if I have a total number of drops. I would just say equal amount. Let me see if I can see. 10, 25. Ooh, here we go. Nope, that's the wrong recipe. 10, 25, 15. Yep. So 10 drops of geranium, 25 drops of grapefruit, and 15 drops of clary sage in a roller bottle. And I would say that you can apply this topically, or you can also mix a little bit of this in the diffuser. And this is specifically for men, and this is going to help get the wrinkles out, okay? I'm not drawing you a map, so I'm going to let you figure that one out, but it's super, super great, and it is supposedly a fail-safe recipe from all the feedback that I've gotten, okay? And I get this question a lot, okay? So this is one that you might want to save because this is a common problem that a lot of people are dealing with. And I have to say, men are dealing with this issue younger and younger now, and so it is pretty common. And there's a lot of things out there that are just not good for us, that have a lot of crazy side effects that people are trying to use, and this is totally natural and good for your body. It's not going to cause you any harm. So this is a great recipe. Okay, so I have a super secret one for women, but I'm going to save that for later this week. I might do a quick little video before Valentine's Day. But if you want to get started with essential oils, what you want to do is ask the person who invited you to watch this video and say, hook me up with my promo code, because you're going to get started with a starter kit or this little bundle of 6 oils I showed you tonight. You're going to get your wholesale membership. And then next month, they're going to help you set up another order so you can get $100 in free oils. They're also going to connect you with the support and the education that comes with your membership so that you can actually learn all these really cool things. Like, some people might think that, geranium is for zits, okay? Some people might think that grapefruit is to add in your water. I mean, how did they know that it was going to be for the bedroom? So you have to learn this from your Facebook and your essential oil community, and that's part of why you want to get the wholesale membership. So you don't just get the oils, you actually get the people. And so if you decide to get started, make sure you first contact the person that invited you to watch this video so they can get you the promo code. They can help you to set up your order to make sure you get all the free stuff that you're entitled to. We'll be back here next week for another Magic Beans event, and stay tuned to our page throughout the week. There's going to be some really, really great recipes that you're going to want to save in your recipe folder. And your husband, if you're worried that he's going to be like, why are you spending money on the oils? Use some of these recipes. Give him that one I just gave you. He'll never question you spending money on essential oils ever again. He'll be like, let's buy more. Okay? So if you want your husband on board, try some of these recipes, try some of these tips. Tell him to watch this video with you for a little date night, and he will be right on board with your essential oils. I guarantee you. Have a great night, y'all. See you next time.